helps you if you want to become an entrepreneur afterwards, or if you want to. What are you doing?
It's falling.
Hi guys, this is Anna
Hello.
and Theodora, and welcome to the 4th episode of SmallTalks Series. And we received another very interesting question from the community, and by the way, thank you so much for your support. And apparently people are wondering, or at least asking us, if we ever regret becoming a lawyer. Do we regret becoming a lawyer? Shall we go this?
Should we answer this question?
Let's go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah. Well, overall, I can say it's not a regret for becoming a lawyer.
That's a good start.
Yeah. Well, being a lawyer, it's not easy task, and I wouldn't say it's something specific for being a lawyer, because I'm sure that any profession, any job brings happiness and sometimes more hardships. And I think with being a lawyer, it's exactly the same. Overall, it brings you happiness if, of course, as we talked before, this is what you want to do and you align your profession with your mission and your values in life. But there are things, of course, that are harder, can hurt you, and you have to, take them one by one and even sometimes get used with the feeling and move on. From university, when you have very, very hard exams and you basically don't really have social life anymore, to when you find your first job, to, when you have some maybe difficult clients, to when you don't understand yourself so much with your boss. Well, there's many things that can go wrong. But I think this fades in front of the advantages that this law profession it brings to you. And I wouldn't say that I regretted until this moment that I went through the hardships of becoming a certified lawyer. How about you?
Well, it's a difficult and a very sensitive topic, I guess, for all of us. Like I previously said, for me, being a lawyer wasn't the first top choice when I was, thinking about what career to pursue. But overall, I think it was the best choice out there, because not only that it incorporates a certain degree of discipline of thinking and work ethics, but also it is very important because it creates the best background and the best basis for whatever career you want to pursue next. Because being a lawyer might not be the end game for some of us. Maybe you want at some point to pursue another career. Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur, for example. And it's very important to know the legislation and at least know when to ask for legal advice, when to stop what you're doing and consult another professional, or maybe consult the authority to see if what you're doing is compliant or not. So basically, regardless of all the hardships, I think it was the best choice for the long run. But just like we previously said, you have to think very carefully what you're trying to achieve by becoming a lawyer. If you only want the financial aspect, if you want to give something back to the community, if you are, I don't know, a soldier of justice who wants to make sure that everything falls in order. But always keep an open mind, and don't close any doors, and keep your options available, because you never know when you need to have another path in your professional life.
Yeah, and I'm actually thinking or wondering, the person that asked us this question, what exactly they refer to. If they refer to if we regret it in the way that if we want to change, or if we ever want to change, or if we think that we lost our time. Because what I want to say is that if you feel that you regret it, and if you feel that it's not the good option for you, the nice part with being a lawyer is that you can change. And you can go in practically whatever else you want. If you think that by trying to become a lawyer will make you lose your time, I cannot confirm you that, because I don't think that trying to become a lawyer is a loss of time, even if after you realize that maybe it's not the profession for you. And I would think, what do I want now from myself? If I feel that this is what I want, I would go for it. And if I feel in 2, 3 years that it's not anymore my purpose, no problem at all, we change. I think this is where law profession, and not necessarily only being a lawyer, but being in the law profession, gives you the freedom to choose afterwards, if you don't like it, to choose something else.
Yeah, and just like I previously mentioned, it's very important to start with this mindset that you might be at one point forced to choose another career path, because you might also think that the legal industry and the legal service providers market is quite oversaturated, and that might be true, because nowadays, apart from the lawyers, there are also the alternative legal service providers that come in and provide legal services that are different, and they're streamlined, and they're more efficient and lean, because they have this whole business way of thinking that may be a little bit different from what a law firm might display. And yeah, it is a jungle out there, but just like Anna said, and we already previously touched upon this with another in another episode, it is important to understand that this is not the end for you, as in professionals usually go, but you will surely use all the information you've acquired through the law school and through your practice, your daily practice in another industry. And it's very important to know that from the very beginning, and start working and start learning that with this mindset. When you start studying for an exam, for example, try to see how that information is applied, not only for that exam but also in real life, and also if you were to do another thing completely. If you are, for example, to be the boss, the CEO of a company, and you want to apply that information, and it's very important to try to have a 360-degree perspective of the world in general, because the world is expected to evolve, and continuously and rapidly, and the speed of evolution is more, it has increased over time. And you probably already know there are so many reports out there outlining the fact that nowadays people need to be able to acquire skills that are different from the ones they acquired through their formative years, the formal education years. And that is true. And probably the pandemic also showed us that things are able to change and to move in a completely different direction in no time, and you have to be agile enough and prepared to do that without much of a fuss, and without existential crisis or whatever.
Yeah, and this puts much more into perspective my years in Lisbon.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the ones that don't know, after 2 years of professional experience, I took my luggage and left to Lisbon. And there, of course, there was another legal system, there was another way of doing things. I didn't know the language I learned in those years. So, definitely, I had to think how I do and what I do in order to not stay 2 years doing nothing. So this is the moment where I went more towards the marketing and towards the communication part, which afterwards, because I was open and I wanted to learn it, it helped me very much into my law profession when I came back, because I could work much better with clients that are in this field, that are freelancers, that work in the communication or agency or this type of more creative jobs. I could understand them better. So definitely it's important to keep your mind open to, if you feel that you regret something, to change, not to stay too much on should I become a lawyer or not. Yes, okay, you have to think, you don't have to take this decision like this, but don't waste a year thinking if you become a lawyer or not, because it is worth it to learn and to go through this path.
Yeah, and if you want to find out how to be an agile lawyer out there, and how to train your mind and your mindset to acquire new skills and to learn new skills and also to learn things differently, we fully recommend again our successful learning course that will show you step by step how to make sure that your law profession is in tune with what's out there, and also to make sure that your law practice is a very agile and effective business. So make sure to visit our website and check the curriculum there, and also to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And we promise that we will provide quality content regularly and to cater for all your requirements.
And don't forget to send us your questions.
Yes, at the email that we provided here and on the website and everywhere on the
or
internet.
in the comments. See you at the next episode.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance.